One example of direct characterization is when Hazel starts going to support group that she's starting to explain what she looks like. So Hazel Grace started saying, I was wearing all jeans which once had been tight, but now sagged in weird places, and a yellow t-shirt advertising a band I didn't even like anymore. Also my hair I had this page boy haircut and I hadn't even bothered to brush it. This explains me that Hazel is a direct character because the author tries to tell her feelings or what she feels or what she does directly. She is very direct to the persons that are reading. For me, I already know she doesn't like to brush her hair or she doesn't care what she put on herself. This is direct characterization because the text directly tells us what she looks like and we don't have to think about it. I know Hazel Grace is a direct character because if she weren't a direct character, she would tell in the text, the hair is not my thing, and that would make us think that she doesn't like to brush herself or she doesn't like her hair because it's been cut it off. Not that detailed example that we found in the book. Fault in Our Stars by John Green, Chapter 1, page 8 through 9. A boy was staring at me. I was sure I'd never seen him before. Long and lean and muscular, he dragged molded plastic elementary school chair was sitting in. Mohani chair, straight and short. He looked my age, maybe 1 year old. And he sat with his tailbone against the edge of the chair. His posture aggressively poor and one half in his pocket of dark jeans. Hazel described when she sees Augusto at the support group for the first time. This is direct characterization because we know that Gus knows without thinking about it because he's in love with Hazel Grace and the book tells us straight in the text that he starts to look at her like she was the prettiest woman in Earth. Hazel has a stubborn personality. This is shown when she has to go to support groups and usually doesn't talk and get annoyed when she has to. Mom says, you're going to support group. Hazel says, ugh, Mom, Hazel, you deserve a life. That shut me up, although I failed to see how attendance at support group meet the definition of life. Still, I argued to go after recognizing the right to record 1.5 episodes of ANTM I'd be missing. That shows that Hazel is stubborn because she doesn't want to go to support group and she tries to get it off. This is shown for Gus' heroic personality. This is shown when Gus and Isaac are playing video games and he always has to save people. Isaac fumbled for his controller and then started fleeing while the bullets rained down on Augustus, who was shot once and then twice but still ran. Augustus shooting. You can kill Max plus Max Mayhem, and his final three of button combination. He dove onto the grenade which detonated beneath him. His disassembled body exploded like a geyser, and then screen went red. A throaty voice said mission failure, but Augustus seemed to think otherwise as he smiled and pulled out a cigarette. Also, this is indirect characterization because the traits were never directly said in the text but implied through details. Hazel is a round character because we know a lot about Hazel. We know her thoughts, feelings, and details about her. She's a character that is in all the story, and the story, it's around her. The story is about her. So it's a flat character because, she is very, known on the book. She's very told on the book and that. Instead, Hazel's dad, we do not know many things about him. He doesn't appear that much in the story. He's not that important in the story. Well, he's important to Hazel, but he's not very important to the story. So the story is around him. He doesn't really seems to appear in the book, but he's a very important character too. Hazel Grace is that kind of cancer girl that all the cancer girls or people want to follow because she's fighting a battle that she wants to win. She doesn't want to fall in love because she doesn't want to make the person like when she dies to feel bad. She doesn't want anyone to feel bad because of her. She only wants to live life. She doesn't want to go to support group because she doesn't want to share her story. So I think Hazel Grace is a very good archetypical because she's like a hero for the cancer girls that are always fighting the battle. That they are like they are fighting the battle that it's very hard for them, and it's very hard to realize that they are always in depression. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to go out because of the cancer, because the cancer makes them feel that way. So Hazel has have a change throughout the story because first, like when the the book started, she was like depressed. She didn't want to go out. Her mom told her to go to support group and she didn't want it. When she fell in love with Augustus, she was like, she was scared to make the other people suffer because she was very sick. So he told Augustus like, we are only going to be friends. But then by the time he started she started to notice that she would be the one that would be suffer because Augustus was really bad. Then also she has had emotion like tics because when she didn't want to go to support group, but if she didn't would go if she didn't make it to support group, she would never had a came up in Augustus' life. She would never be where she is now. She would still be depressed because of cancer. And I think the way she took the problem was very good because it was hard for her to believe it, but at the same time she was good. For her it was good that she had friends she could trust on, people she can trust on. And there's a quote that she and Augustus made when Augustus when both of them were very very they were gonna die. They made a quote and they said forever within the number of days, they would be forever together within but when they were dead, where they were going to be dead. Love in this book is the most important thing because like Hazel and Augusta said, love could be everything for the sick people because there could be a company that could help them when they need it, or they could be someone that would stand next to them when they need. They could cry, they could kiss, or they could have a long life. They got their last moments happy. So in this book, the theme would be love could be everything. Love could be everything because for the sick people, it's for help, for not being depression, for not being depressed, for not being alone, for have friends, for have a love, someone that you could have your life, your last moments with. And but that didn't help Hazel because at first she said no, I'm not going to have a boyfriend because maybe when I die he would ruin his life because I die. She thought that it would be very bad for the person that she would be with, so she decided to only be depressed and alone. But then when Augustus Waters came to her life, it changed it. It changed all of it. The way she looked, because she cared more about herself, how she looked, because she got prettier and all that. So it also changed that. It also changed that she would not be depressed anymore because she got a person. She lived her last moments happy. So it was very good for her. It was very good for her because no longer she didn't feel alone. So they made a quote that was forever within the number of days. That meant like they would be forever together until they die. So like for Hazel Grace, it was very good help like for her and Augustus too, because she would like a person she loved like at first sight, like they felt in love, both of them. So the second theme is that sick people should live life as their best moments, because at any time it would be their last life, like their last moment, like in any moment. They would not like they could die at any moment in their life because they're sick. So I think that sick people like should live their least moments, like going to, like for Hazel and Augustus, going to Amsterdam. They like having a relationship, like going all places together, so they could live the the last moment in their life that make the best moments in their life, as long as they remember. So that's like very important for them. And so I also think that this this theme about cancer, like for not only for Augustus and or Hazel, it should stick like up for all the cancerous people, including kids that have like the most hard believing that they have cancer. Believe that they have cancer, so that's like very hard for them to like like have be sick at that age and be sick. So they need to like stand up all together, and they need like to know that even and even though that the people that like look at them bad or something, like they need to stand up, like to make them feel better because they have cancer. So it's like so they will just feel like they are a single person, that like all persons are, like that they are a single person, like persons that are like normal, that they don't have cancers, so that make them feel better. So I think that that's a very good thing. The quotes are very important in this book because they makes like understand what the people, characters or authors have like um have like thought about the book, or have like maybe knew that were important. Like Hazel and Augustus made a quote that was okay, okay, and they made a quote that was when they saw that Isaac and Monica told each other forever, always, always. So they like said maybe okay will be our always. That this is the quote I put here, and that's like why that maybe okay will be the always for them, like for the love. And also when like in what time of the movie, Hazel Augustus put a cigarette in his mouth, and Hazel Grace says like, "Hey, I have cancer. Why are you doing that?" And he said, "You put the killing thing right between your teeth, but you don't give it the power to do its killing." So that tells you that you put it in your teeth, but you don't give the power to make it like do something bad in your like in you. Also, like here is like all of it, like the Fault in Our Stars, all of it, like I am like a roller coaster that only goes up, like that says so Grace, okay, okay, I fell in love the way you fall asleep, slowly at once, and then slowly at once. Hazel Grace Lancaster. Here is when they go to Amsterdam, the Virgin Circle. That's like all of like the Fault in Our Stars here too. Like there's collages, like there's very good, and this is very good because like it says that some infinities are bigger than other infinities. That's our other quote that Hazel Grace and Augustus made up by themselves. So it's really good.